Before I begin, I'd like to ask a simple question. Who here has played a video game before? Alright, that's good. Now, who here has been paid to play a substantial amount of money in front of hundreds, perhaps thousands of people? Really? I thought it was so much more common. Alright, so in this day and age, video gaming has typically been looked upon as a time waster or child's play. But over time, with emerging technology and changing views in society, perhaps that's starting to become less and less of the general assumption. In general, eSports is a kind of a new rising field for people to kind of participate in what they call professional gaming. And by professional, I mean, yes, you get paid to play video games. What's even more is that people actually really like this. And hopefully today with my presentation, we can explore more into why this is so. At this very moment, actually, there is a World Series of sorts going on for a popular game called League of Legends. And in this, basically 12 teams from around the world, they've spent months upon end training to become a part of a really grand thing right now. And at least 400,000 people are watching it. It doesn't sound as big of a number, but when you think about how 400,000 people plus more are just watching a video game be played, it kind of really puts things in perspective on what people kind of perceive as entertaining. So I'm going to talk about 3 things today. I'm going to first explore why people actually can watch video games be played. It's such a weird concept here, but there's actually some meaning to it. Then I'm going to kind of talk about why this game in particular works so well, League of Legends. And I'm going to talk about the future of esports in general. So first of all, let's see. Why does League of Legends, actually why does esports in general work? Well, it kind of has to do with people like to be entertained. And entertainment can come in many different forms. People typically can just watch, a game of football, basketball, whatever you prefer, even chess. And you kind of wonder, okay, so why do you like it so much? And the same thing can be said for esports. People can sit around a TV and just watch some people throw an orange ball around or, throw around a bunch of leather. And that's when you kind of rudimentarize what most sports are. And esports is a bunch of people sitting around at a computer. League of Legends itself, has been played a total of 1.3 billion hours in 2011 from around the world. So it's not just one guy who sits around forever playing a single game, but there is at least 1.3 billion hours of time invested into playing a video game. I see you nodding your head there. I kind of get that, right? It's like, wow, these people need to get a life. But it kind of goes back to like a Darwinistic idea that we enjoy seeing, superhuman things. So we watch basketball not because it's a fun sport. Hey, we'll watch something fun. It's because like people who are really good at it are really entertaining. So because like they have these superhuman traits, like they're this tall or football players are like that big, and look at us, we're not exactly either of those either. And people who play these games that get paid to do so, that entertain this amount of people, they're really good at the game. It's real entertaining because we have that kind of connection. Some of you may play sports yourselves, and when you do watch like the Super Bowl or the NBA playoffs, you kind of think like, wow, these guys are really good. I want to see more of this. That's exactly what goes on here. So there's a large audience for esports to potentially entertain. And as you can see, there's actually a bunch of games up there in millions of hours. This was found through a program called Xfire, which basically is a gaming account. And through that, it just kind of logs down how long you spend playing each game. So there are approximately 11 million, at least 11 million players for the very far left over there for League of Legends. And that number has grown over the past year. So you can kind of imagine where this number has like skyrocketed to now. Now, let's talk about why does League of Legends work for both the players and for the companies. What makes it so profitable? Again, it's playing video games. Like, it's supposed to be something you just take yourself, sit in a room for hours on end, and kind of just go at it, like no one's watching you. But actually, it's more than that. So for the players, there's actually money to come through this. You can do something called streaming, which is basically you set up a connection, a video feed to your desktop, and then people will actually watch you play the game. And it's really weird because at any given time, at least 10,000 to upwards 50,000 people can watch someone just play a video game. Why? Because, well, the point earlier is that we like to watch, superhuman acts. So for that large crowd that we just witnessed, these people are actually making tons of money off of people watching them play. And the reason being is that advertisers can actually, put commercial breaks into the game periods. So this guy over here, he looks kind of frail. You can't really see him too much, but he's literally like this tall, but he's just really good at playing a specific role in the game. And he makes 6 figures. To be more specific, in the year 2011, he generated about $300K in revenue purely through advertising and through tournament money. And yeah, also that dollar bill on the far left is like the retarded one because it's spinning a ton of others. So for the companies, League of Legends is a profitable source of income because lots of people can watch it. And it's different from other games because it's simple. It's colorful and it pops out. Now, I'm hoping most of you don't understand this because they're kind of weird, but generally, you can't really understand what's going on here. It's kind of unfamiliar because they're just a bunch of random characters. But if you give someone maybe a few minutes of their time, they'll hopefully like pick up on it and then they'll kind of see the simplicity in what goes on here. And when simplicity occurs, people can kind of catch on and they see the entertainment in it, and then the crowds get bigger, therefore revenue gets bigger for everybody. Well, for the companies, that is. Now, why can esports grow? Well, it's already starting to grow. In Korea, this is actually the OGN Summer Finals for League of Legends. And maybe if I turn the lights down, you can see the magnitude of people there. So yeah, that's a full arena. And this is just one of the games. This isn't exactly even the grand finals. In Korea, esports is really highly regarded because it's so entertaining for them, because it's part of their culture, because they can see how talented these players are. And it just doesn't stop there. With League of Legends in particular, there's always going to be new updates, new content, new ways for the games to be played, and people are always going to kind of get into that. Because at the same time, us, the players, well, my group of people who are the players, can always find new ways to find entertainment in it. Now, for the people who actually play the game, it's more than just playing around and having fun. There is genuine work to be done in there. They can actually spend up to 12 hours a day practicing with their team to get better at the game. And this does pay off because in 2011, the top Russian team actually made a total profit of around $60,000 to $70,000 average per person. And for the American teams, the number also goes up because it's bigger over here. So right now, again, the future of esports is more than just people playing video games online for people to watch. In fact, they're setting up entire revenues. This is what I mentioned earlier as the World Championships. In San Francisco at University of Southern California, they set up a full arena, and that's just part of the crowd. And there's actually, again, 12 teams that travel from all around the world, spending months competing. And on the line, there's a $1 million prize. So that's actually kind of tempting. You can pretty much pay off several years of just playing around. And at the end of this presentation, I'd like to just say that esports is more than just playing a video game. It has become more of a lifestyle. What I would kind of hope for people to understand is that it can be an actual career. It can be something that people can get into as more than just a hobby, a time waster. I'm not saying that, oh, let's drop out and let's start a pro team. Who needs to go to college? Because again, like pro athletes, they do need to put in the work, they need to put in the time. And esports, I wouldn't say it's no different, but it have its own little limitations in what people can do. And that's why we can find so much entertainment in it. Next time you hear someone say, oh yeah, I'm a pro gamer, it's possible they're making more money than you, because it could be a real thing. So in the future, maybe esports could even be an Olympic stage kind of thing. Yeah, so Olympics, League of Legends, possibility. Thanks.